Nunavut. This is so beautiful.
Yes, this is beluga, our favorite traditional meal called mattak. We eat it with soy sauce and we use this traditional knife called ulu. We cut off the fat. We make sure to cut it in small pieces because it's hard to chew. It has a rubbery texture. And this is dried caribou called nikuk.
Remember me, remember me. So, I have a fork and I have a bowl. Is there food in it? No. Because what are we talking about? Food insecurity. Okay, so in today's video, we're going to be talking about food insecurity in Canada's territory, Nunavut. If you guys don't know what Nunavut is actually a territory in Canada. Food insecurity is basically when there is an insecurity of food, right? So when there's not enough food, there's food shortages or rationings to go around, and people in that area or that population are not getting enough food. That is a serious problem because it can lead to health issues. It could lead to possibly even death, and that we cannot have that for a nation. And that is why food insecurity in Nunavut needs to change. So Nunavut is a very cold Arctic place in Canada. The temperatures can be anywhere from like -30 to -100. It is a very cold place. Common things that are done there are ice fishing, boating, hunting, and any type of winter sport because it is like a winter climate. People up there usually have fishing jobs or hunting, or they're boatmen because they're constantly shipping in and out food from other places of the world to Nunavut because Nunavut is around ocean, the Arctic Ocean. But did you know that Nunavut's food prices are freaking outrageous, bro? Hey, first of all, let me talk about these facts for a second. So let's get into the facts. Okay, the average grocery per year in Nunavut costs $23,904. Okay, the 40% of adults make less than $20,000 in Nunavut. How the hell they gonna get food if they only make less than $20,000? Like, the average rent cost, I saw this for I think a 1-bedroom or 2-bedroom, is anywhere from $3,000. Okay, that's Toronto rent right there. That's LA rent. That's New York rent. That's London rent. So common Inuit foods are obviously fish, buffalo, whale. A lot of people in Nunavut actually eat whale raw, which is something I was like, hold up, you gonna eat raw food? That's the thing in Nunavut. They actually eat raw whale. And they have sauces to dip the whale and eat it. It actually looks pretty good, so I might try it if I ever go to Nunavut. Bannock is a popular fry bread in a lot of indigenous communities, and it was popular because there was a lot of food shortages in Nunavut when it came to like not being able to hunt, because they were not able to hunt anymore in Nunavut, and the Inuit people had to like rely on things like bread, so they would fry bread, and that's how they were able to sustain their diets, by eating fry bread. That is a very popular indigenous food, and a lot of communities eat it because unfortunately a lot of people cannot afford to eat things like meat or fish or vegetables because those things can be very expensive depending on where you live. So fry bread is the, tasty but very unhealthy but very low cost option. I had to get up on my chair because these food prices are freaking ridiculous. So applesauce in Winnipeg, for the one lady it was $2.99. The applesauce in Nunavut for the other lady was $9.49. The water 12-pack case of Nestle was $12.99 in Winnipeg and $40 in Nunavut. Orange juice, 1 carton, $3 in Winnipeg. Orange juice, 1 carton, $12.99 in Nunavut. Flour, all-purpose flour, $8 in Winnipeg, $20.98 in Nunavut. As you can see, that is a big gap between the food differences and prices, and I feel like the lady in Nunavut should be paying a lot less, and even the same price as the lady in Winnipeg. So I had to calm down because I was getting very riled up. That's actually a huge reason why a lot of people from Nunavut buy their groceries on Amazon, because the Amazon Canadian prices are way cheaper. So people buy things like rice, beans, canned food. However, the problem with that is you have to wait a while for groceries to come from Amazon. If these families need their groceries today and their groceries are not coming for another week, or the shipment is delayed, that can seriously impact their food insecurity. If you guys do want to find more information on Nunavut food prices, there's actually a lady named Lizzie Patsy who owns a Facebook group on Facebook. I will link it down in the description box below. and she actually compares the food prices in her local Nunavut community and with other people from Nunavut and Canada all over. So you guys must be thinking, there must be a way to combat this food problem. Well, there was, and still is. In 2011, the federal government introduced Nutrition Normal. Nutrition Normal is a food subsidy program for local Nunavut people to help them pay for essential items that they need to survive. However, the problem with this is it only subsidizes about $1 per item. And the reason why it backfired was because, number one, statistics shows that since then, the food insecurity in 2016 went up about, I think, like 14% to 46% of Nunavut people being food insecure. And the subsidy is only for essential non-food items, so like personal hygiene, clothes. Did you know that 7 out of 10 young people in Nunavut go hungry each year and each day? At high school in Nunavut, I don't know the name of it, actually invented like a free breakfast and lunch program for the students. Basically, the food studies department put it together and the students get free meals and lunch, which is amazing because we all know that food fuels our bodies, and without food, we're basically just like living sacks of dump. A lot of people say, why don't people from Nunavut just move? Leave Nunavut, go to the south, live there because it's much cheaper. But why should they have to leave? It's their home. That's their culture. Their people have been there for generations and generations. They shouldn't have to just pick up and leave because the government decided that their food needs don't matter because of the location where they live. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you guys loved it, and please stay tuned for next week's video, and it's going to be about obesity around the world. And I hope you guys enjoyed this. Please make sure to educate yourself about the food crisis in Nunavut because it's a serious issue, and I will leave all the links to what I found in the description box below. Love your roomies.